way to the fort, and this is what happened. This is what happened. Flat on the trailer.
Brand new tire. We made sure, remember?
Yeah.
Put brand new tires on this trailer. Just
Things
about
happen.
a month ago.
Stuff happens.
I try to keep myself prepared with everything.
What is that, an impact gun?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's been a while since I checked it.
Oh, hopefully it's not dead. You have to sit there and charge it. Oh, sounds like it works. How are you gonna bend that fender back?
Sounds like it's dead. Well, I guess you gotta improvise. Now, I have wood to put under this, but I think I'll be all right here. All right, before I do that, let me see.
Well, the impact gun was dead, right?
Yep.
So he's hand doing it. That's a pretty nifty tool there for leverage.
Yep. It's not the right one, but it's gonna work. That's enough. That's good. All right. Don't know if it's gonna raise me enough.
A little bit. It's probably almost to the limit now.
Yeah, it's to limit. I don't know. Okay,
Well, that really did a job.
Yeah. Alright, what I want to do is I'm going to try to pry this up and leave it.
Yeah.
So I could get a better location on that.
That sounds like a great idea.
Maybe. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but he's dead.
What happened, Butterfly? Did you come and visit and you just died? You were just flying. Oh no. What happened to him? He was just flying around. He just flew over to us and died. Whoa. What is that? Stabilizing it?
Yeah, because I got to try to lower the jack and get up underneath it to where I can get on here, on this frame here, to lift the whole tire up. It's not enough. So I'm going to try to release it.
You got success?
Always prepared. Always double check your stuff before you leave. I didn't do it, but I normally do, and I had high hopes.
Well, we're thankful the key was there.
This is not the best spare in the world,
But it's better than no spare.
but we're gonna have to get somewhere and get a new one. We'll not trust this on the highway.
We gotta take it slow to the fort. Wow, you're like NASCAR.
I feel like I need to hand these off to you like Ralphie on the Christmas Story.
Ralphie, doesn't he say something at this part where the dad's changing the tire or something?
Yeah, there you go.
Ralphie,
Ralphie!
look at that mess.
So now...
Man, by the time I called you to pull over, it was already tires flying.
Look, here's the wire ripped out.
Wow, you're like the Hulk. Watch your hand. God.
I'm gonna just give you guys a quick deal here on tires.
What's the quick deal on tires?
And that is, even though we prepared, even though we overkill, if our tires look bad, cracked, they're a few years old, whatever, we change them. We don't play around. Same thing with the RV. But with that being said, accidents happen. But I will say that look how much damage a tire can do. It can do that same damage to your RV.
Worse to the RV.
I think I mentioned this before, that I once seen a tire go right up through the floor of an RV. So believe me when I tell you, always check your tires, always be prepared for emergencies.
Even though stuff happens.
That I have the stuff and I very rarely have to use it, but when I do, I have it. And it's going to save me a lot of time calling somebody out here.
And money.
And money to do it. But there's nothing I can do about this damage. It is what it is. I'm just hoping the spare gets me where I need to be.
To the fort.
And to the fort. And guess what I'm going to be doing at the fort?
Taking a shower?
Yeah, and I'm going to have to change a tire. Either on the parking lot or something when we leave, because I won't trust this spare on the highway. So, plus I'm going to have some repair work on these lights. Not at the fort though. I'm just going to wait till I get back. Yep.
Good thing it's not raining, because it looks like it's coming.
So let's get to it. I'm going to have to probably tape these wires or something.
I got tape. I'll go get it.
Like. All right, things happen, but you gotta have a positive frame of mind, right? These come in very, very handy. If you could get one, have it on your RV. I've actually changed an RV tire, not the big ones, but the ones that are on these is
Class C?
Yeah, Class C's, the smaller tires, not the 22.5s. This probably wouldn't have enough power, but I charge it enough to at least get it back on. It makes it a lot easier than trying to break it yourself. Sometimes maybe you can't do it. So I'm getting to that age. All right, so let me get it cleaned up. I'll set it down and I'll still use my breaker bar to make sure it's tight, because this battery wasn't 100% charged. I don't know what the foot-pounds is of it, but I do know what my foot-pound is when I put it on there. So. All right, guys, let me get tied up here, and we got to take our souvenir.
Souvenir. Take it to the fort.
Down. These are heavy, man.
What tonnage hydraulic jack is this?
A lot of tons.
20 ton.
That can lift. I also have an air compressor one at home, that if I hook it up to my air compressor that I pump the tires up, I probably could just do it without even pumping. Just hook it up. But
this is easier. Well,
what?
It's not easier, but
yeah, it's the one we got right now, so
yeah.
it has to work. And we're about ready to get out of here. Look how that golf cart shifted. I think that's tight enough. Okay.
It's 12:15 now, so that's not too bad.
Would have been quicker if I had my stuff ready to go.
But we're ready to keep on trucking to the fort.
Oh.
We have to stop off and get a tire.
Yep. Okay.
Look at all of our charcoal that's ready to go to the fort. Ready to grill.
Oh, look, there's my fantastic fan I haven't installed yet.
There's your tool.
Video of it.
Your handy toolbox.
And look at my back end now. This was completely organized a second ago.
Now it's all tore up.
Now I'm tearing into things, getting underneath.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, you know what though? I don't like being on the highway.
Yeah.
I don't like these big rigs coming by real quick, and
we need to get going
as fast as possible. And here comes the rain.
Yeah. Here comes the rain. All right. See you guys
at
The fort.
Guys, welcome back to the fort. We love it.
We finally made it, and it is after 3:30.
Yes, it is. Make a long story short, we got the tires swapped out, and we had to stop at another tire place to get a new one because I didn't feel comfortable driving all the way back home.
That's right.
On the spare, because this particular spare is a little bit older, and believe it or not, nobody had this tire in stock but one place. And I will say that they did this tire in record time.
They did.
10 minutes. If I was lucky to be 10-15 minutes,
yeah,
it shocked me.
If that much, yeah. I don't even know if it was that long. It was fast.
So they did it in record time. So I thanked them for that, because typically that would have took an hour for most
What's the name of
places.
the place?
We're not being sponsored.
Nope.
They didn't give us a deal. We're just saying it because we got good service. So
yeah, very good service.
I think the place was Discount Tire.
Discount Tire.
And it's
off
right
of
off
Osceola.
Osceola, yes, or Kissimmee, Florida. Okay.
Very good.
All right, so we got that situated. We are happy. A few things. Number one, Sierra's going to be back.
That's right, Sunday night.
So that's really good. Even though we had some difficulties, you always got to keep a smile on your face, guys, because good things happen.
That's right.
Okay.
Why don't you tell them about that good thing?
The good thing is when I pulled up
Besides
to the
Sierra.
fort, when I pulled up to the fort, we were in line for like 30 minutes behind one guy. And I was like, wow, everybody else is moving along and we're sitting there. And I'm thinking, what's going on here, right? So when I finally got up to the window, there was this lady named Carol.
Oh, Carol,
there.
what's her name?
Yes. And she goes, I'm so sorry for the wait. I couldn't believe how long that took. I'm sorry. I said, and I proceeded to tell her that,
That's
you know,
okay.
no problem. Things happen. No big deal. I said, we had a blowout on the way here, so it started off.
What's another 30 minutes?
It started off rough, but hey, what are you going to do about it, right? She goes, I cannot believe you have a smile. I said, because smiles are free.
You said that to her?
Yes. Anyway, she goes, at least it's not raining. I'm like, you're right about that. And all of a sudden, rain started coming in. So anyway, we got to talking, and she goes, well, you know what? Let's upgrade you today to a premium site. So we are, instead of 1600 loop, we're right across from that in the 1200 loop. It is 1210, and it is a pretty decent sized site.
It's a big
It's
site.
pretty wide. I like the 1200 loop. We are by the road though. We're backed up, but that really doesn't bother us too much. It's kind of wooded.
I'll show you the site.
It doesn't affect me not one bit. I would love. This is perfect for us. I like the woods look better than the openness. She did have some space in the 2100. That's typically more open. It's not as wooded.
Because it's a newer loop, so the vegetation hasn't grown yet.
So guys, the point of all that is keep a smile on your face.
Smiles are free.
Keep going. Good things will happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you a lot here at the fort, hopefully.
Yeah, some updates.
We're so happy to be here.
Oh, lots of stuff.
And we got to charge that battery up because we're going to be running it.
We're going to be running that golf cart nonstop.
So you guys stick around, join us. We got Jolly's cooking going on right now.
I'm going to make hamburgers and hot dogs because
Something
we
quick.
did not eat breakfast and we're hungry.
Breakfast, lunch, anything like that, I'm
We
starved.
haven't eaten anything.
So make sure you do a good job with the cooking.
Well, it's hard to mess up a hamburger and a hot dog.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, guys, stick around, and thanks for joining us here.
Come on, let's go see what there is. So I wanted to show you what site we are at today. It is the 1200 loop, site number 1210, and it is considered a premium site right now. Apparently this will be one of the Meadows loops when in 2020, because that's what they said. Next year is when the Meadows will be a thing. It's going to be the same loops. They're just charging $12 more because of the location. So let's show you around site number 1210. You can see that it is absolutely a lot wider than what we are used to in the full hookups. For those of you who are new to our channel, we have a loop playlist if you'd like to see. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, every campsite, including the tent, have picnic tables. They might vary. Some of them are square. I am doing a time lapse right now. Every campsite has a grill. Some of them may vary as well. Some of them have a little hood over the top. This one does not. As you can see, we are right here at the road. So 1210 does back up to the road, but like Scott said, we do not mind that. It's pretty wooded. Okay, and for those of you who are just joining us and are not familiar with the fort, all of the sites, including the tent and pop-up, have a water hose and an extra spigot so you can put your own hose. They all have cable, and they all have regular outlets, 30 and 50 amp. So of course, the only difference between the tent and pop-up sites as well as the group is that every other site has sewer hookup. The tent and pop-up sites do not have sewer hookup. So location and of course the size of the pad that you get is going to be a difference as well. But as far as the hookups, the picnic table, the grills, all of the sites have that. The only difference is that the tent and the pop-up, which are the same loops, they are the 2100 and the 15, I believe, and then the group tent sites, which is for usually Boy Scouts or church groups or just larger groups, they do not have sewer hookup either because they're pretty much just for tents. Another thing I have mentioned in other videos, you will not find any fire pits here at the fort. Although you can bring your own, they have to be a certain kind of fire pit. I will try to insert a picture of what is acceptable here at the fort, what is approved and what is not approved. Because yes, you can bring your own fire pit from home since they do not provide it. Don't forget about the Chippendales campfire sing-along every evening, weather permitting. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of the 1210 site here in the 1200 loop. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful, magical day. Alright, bye!